Hi, I'm Curtis Scotto, and I work for Marshall Incorporated, where we don't give credit and only give you what you want as long as you have enough money. Now, your small business has called me to come along and create a health and wellness program for your company that will overall improve the health of your employees and productivity. The first aspect of my program that we'll talk about is how to improve the overall physical health of your employees. The first problem we see here is full access to unhealthy beverages. And no, just because you're drinking something that says diet on it does not mean it's healthier for you. Now, the reasons why this is bad are pretty obvious. Let me give an example of what I mean. I'm sitting at my desk. I start to get tired. Easy solution, go back and get a soda. This is why people who have desk jobs, we'll call them, are statistically heavier than people who don't. Not because they aren't getting around or moving around a whole lot during their day. Now that's a factor of it. But the biggest problem is because they have such access to unhealthy beverages like this. My solution to fix this problem? Eliminate so many choices. Now let's say you actually do implement the idea of limiting the choices of the beverages you have at your company. The next problem to tackle is the fact that your employees don't move around very much during the day. One possible solution to this is possibly implementing some type of company exercise area. And no, buying a Hawaii chair will not fix this problem. Buying a Hawaii chair only means that you have too much money to spend. We see a treadmill right here. Great idea. The problem is, it's in the basement. Who wants to come down to a dark, musty, haunted basement to come and work out? I probably wouldn't. Now let's talk about the social aspect of your company. Your employees know each other fairly decently, and they interact with each other on a daily basis. However, there have been some issues I've noticed. The back half of the office sometimes doesn't get along well with the front, or rather there's little to no communication between them. My solution to this is force them to communicate, sort of. Maybe build a company lounge or something that all employees can go to and they can interact more. This would create more of a tight atmosphere, a friendly atmosphere between all of your employees in the company. Now let's move outside of the office and talk about your employees' social interactions with some of your customers. From what I understand, some of your customers are idiots. And unfortunately in the business world, you're going to have to deal with people like this. From what I've observed, your employees are pretty good at dealing with people like this. They steer clear of them and don't force themselves to interact with them unless they absolutely have to. And when they do have to interact with them, they make it quick. The last aspect of my wellness program that I'll discuss is the emotional health of your employees. The biggest problem I've seen with your company is your computers. Now I know that may sound weird as to how that would affect the emotional wellness of your employees, but there are many things that go into the emotions of your employees. Now I say computers because there are a number of computers in your office that are cesspools for viruses, spyware, and a whole bunch of other crap. Not only does this affect the person that's using the computer by making the computer slower and crash more often, thus creating frustration and anger on their part, it also affects the network manager of your company and whoever has to fix the computer. The biggest problem with the computers in your company is this symbol right here. The simplest solution to fixing this problem, aside from your computer problems in your office, the other aspect that goes into the emotional wellness of your employees is a little harder to tackle because, from what I've seen, a lot of your employees bring in outside problems into the workspace. Now, there's nothing wrong with conversing with fellow employees about their personal lives, but some of your employees tend to do this several hours weekly. Not only does this prevent them from working, but it prevents other employees that they're conversing with from working, which means you're losing money. The simplest solution to this problem is just keep an eye on your employees. And if they're conversing for too long, put an end to it. Of course, the best way to positively influence your employees is to just be a good example to them. And in this office, I've seen no problem with that. I hope my ideas will benefit your organization. Now, if you'll excuse me, Ganon has seized the island of Korodai, and I'm the only one that can defeat him.